What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another late night in the BrewLab with me, Lone Fox, your Brewmaster-in-Chief. And tonight, in the BrewLab, I'm coming at you with a little meta update. Since we missed Meta Mondays, apologize for that. Those of you who missed my social media posts and things, I've been at my aunt's 90th birthday, and many bottles of red wine were opened. I got home way too late to record my usual episode of Meta Monday, so I skipped a day of content, and because of that, I thought I'd just give you a quick little meta update at the beginning of this video, but we'll still continue with the rest of the week's plan. So it's actually an episode of serious jank, you know, that kind of jank that's also pretty serious, but we'll get to that in a second. Yeah, just for a second there, yesterday, for like a whole day, and the day before, there was another deck that was trending at the top, Esper Legends. Disappeared off the face of the earth. Couple of days came, the update happened only a few hours ago on Untapped. It's as if the deck never even existed. It's gone all the way back down into Platinum. We've got the usual suspects. So nothing crazy and unexpected going on. A very sort of stable week in the meta. Just the same sort of top 4 or 5 decks playing around. I think it's a bit of a calm before the storm. The Worlds event, which I'll hopefully be live streaming this weekend, is taking up a lot of the attention, and I'm all for it. I cannot wait to watch. It's going to be fantastic. And you know, at the same time, spoiler season is going to kick off, and that's going to start, you know, all the theory crafting and episodes of spoiler talk and that sort of thing. So it's a little bit of a lull in the action, which is fine and normal and expected, which is why also, you know, the numbers here reflect that. So that's going to be it as far as this little bit of news and announcement, little meta update. And without further ado, let's jump into tonight's janky brew. Calling it Demonic Rabble. Okay, so we've been trying, like, or at least I have, all the various Rabble Rousing decks and token decks because of the Meathook Massacre getting banned. And I've had some real fun with the Naya one, as you guys saw in gameplay footage. Got some incredibly fun wins. But then it got me thinking, you know, the Rabble Rousing is in white, so what are the other color combinations that we can play that have good mana? And of course, Orzhov came to mind, as it is obviously one of my favorite color combinations. And this work of art came together. It's very janky, but it's also quite serious. There's only one removal spell, Rite of Oblivion. You're just gonna win the game by flooding the board and hoping that the opponent isn't the kind of person who runs like 4 copies of Path of Peril in the deck, because we've got enough life gain and you know, a potentially very explosive endgame that it's been fun with just that. Of course, you can also remove the odd thing with the Wandering Emperor's -2, and yeah, other than that, you know, we could win the game with Sorin's -7. But really, they're in here because they're the type of planeswalkers that also, you know, alongside giving you additional value, like Sorin's +1 is amazing in this deck because we don't have much card draw, and the Wandering Emperor's -1 just to make more bodies is also very important in a Rabble Rousing deck. But they're going to synergize really nicely with our Kaya, and more on that in a second. So before we talk about Kaya, we've got life gain in the form of the Lunarch Veteran. We've got some additional token generation via the Resolute Reinforcements. Sadistic Pilgrim is going to help us alongside the Lunarch Veteran to gain some life. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain a life. But the nice thing is, if you've gone really wide and you're at one of those moments when you're dreading a Path of Peril, a depopulate, or what have you, and you've got, I don't know, 10 of these citizens on the battlefield, because I mean, that's usually what happens the turn you play Rabble Rousing, and potentially plenty more other creature tokens, and then the opponent hits you with a sweeper while you have Elas in play. They'll get pinged for 1 point of damage for each of those creatures that they swept up, and that can, you know, occasionally put the opponent in a situation where they can't actually sweep you because they'll be committing suicide, and that's really nice. Then, Rite of Oblivion, of course, we've got so many ways of making creature tokens that, you know, there'll always be something to sacrifice to get the target exiled, non-land permanent. Having 4 in the deck means you can cast it 8 times because of the flashback. It's been enough for now. Then we've got a full playset of Wedding Announcement, of course. Can draw some cards. Just thought I'd mention that. Otherwise, the rest, it just makes these guys and then eventually gives everybody a buff. But this is where it all comes together. Kaya the Geist Hunter is this Orzhov tokens Planeswalker. Clearly, it was designed to be in a deck that works in some way like this, because creatures you control gain Death Touch. Put a +1/+1 counter on up to 1 target token you control. That's the +1. But most of the time, she's coming to play you -2, and this is where it gets crazy. Until end of turn, if 1 or more tokens would be created under your control, twice that many tokens are created instead. I've had these turns where you have like 2 Rabble Rousings down and some creatures. You play your Kaya -2 and swing, and the Rabble Rousing get double triggers. You flip them, you get the Hideaway mechanic to trigger almost straight away every single time. And what we're trying to hide away under the Rabble Rousings are Dreadfeast Demons, which are 7 mana. So obviously, you want to try and get them down on turn 5, on turn 6 if you can, with the Rabble Rousings help. And they would, you create an additional one of them by sacrificing a token that's a non-demon that you control. So we're going to have all of these little Rabble Rousing guys lying around. After you've triggered the Hideaway, the Dreadfeast Demon enters the battlefield. Because you've already -2 Kaya before all of this happened, once at the end of turn he sacrifices one of these little Rabble Rousing guys, it'll make 2 Dreadfeast Demons instead of just the 1. You see where I'm going with this? So, the following turn, you'll untap with 6, 12, 18 and damage in the air. And you've also, at that point, often got a Wedding Festivity flip, so there'll be 7 7s instead of 6 6s. GG's. Really, really epic. And, you can -2 and then -2 Sorin. Get 2 of the vampires. Same thing goes for the Wandering Emperor. And the only one that it doesn't work with is the Edgar. Because the coffin only makes the creature at the beginning of your upkeep, so the 2 effects will never be able to. You'll never be able to -2 your Kaya before the Edgar Markov thing goes on the stack. So that's the only way that Kaya doesn't work in the deck. But it will work with your Wedding Announcement. If you -2 and then you wait for your Wedding Announcement to trigger, it'll make 2 of these humans instead of the 1. You -2 your Kaya, bring in a Resolute Reinforcements, you'll get 2 soldiers, so on and so forth. So pretty cool. As far as the mana base goes, I did put it up by 1, just because we do have some demons, and I do occasionally want to hard cast them instead of just ending up getting mana screwed at 24 lands. I find that just putting 1 extra in helps a little bit with the shuffler. Yeah, that's really the deck. Nothing much else I need to add. Just a couple of Eiganjos, 2 Takenumas, 3 Grottos for some scrying action, and some duels and basics, as always. The Demonic Rabble. Serious Jank episode. I wonder which one we're on at this point. Many. Let's jump into some games. See how the deck performs. Back to, more serious stuff starting from tomorrow. I've got some good ones lined up, so stay tuned. Jack Rose Landowner. Nice. One more land, Sorin, could be good. Hello. Ooh. Often you play your Elas out on turn 2 and they're like, oh, okay, clerics. But it's actually Orzhov tokens, my friend. Okay, we drew a demon. That's a little bit disappointing. You always want them to stay in your library until you cast the Rabble Rousing. This reduces the chance that we'll hit what we want. Should have played the Grotto. Get some scry action in there. Probably also should have attacked. Nah. Hold up a blocker for now. Naya. Elves. I've been testing a Naya elf deck. It was actually going to be tonight, but it's needs a bit of work. This Jank felt a little bit more rounded out and a little bit more janky. Greeters number 2. That's no bueno. Let's see if we get a 5th land. Oof. So now do we go? Yeah, double announcement is the way to go. Play Rabble Rousing and swing. Draw 2 cards. And be a turn closer to actually triggering the Rabble Rousing straight away. Or we play Sorin and bid our time. Wait for these to flip and then play the Rabble Rousing next turn where we're guaranteed to flip it. That might be best. Oh. Tokens, tokens, tokens. But no, these guys stop making ramp happen. It's, I mean, if he... Okay, he goes for the +1/+1s. We gain so much life, it's okay.
You deal with this annoyance.
Oh baby, Rabble Rousing next turn. I just have to hope to hit on a Dreadfeast Demon on the first go. We have 2 Rabbles. Okay, it's gonna make it doggy probably. That's for the counters again. Interesting. Okay, I'll take the Kaya.
Not my way. You can deal with my
Or
servant.
call back Elas. Swing a ding ding.
I like a plane where I can stick to the shadows.
Thank you. Ah, okay. I thought you'd keep the doggo. Trigger, 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 trigger. And let's make you a little bigger.
I can teach you a thing or two.
Whew. Whew. Next turn we -2 player Rabble Rousing, and then you'll see tokens go brrr. Nice. You know, you don't... Depends against what deck, obviously, but you just go so wide, you gain so much life. If it's not Elas, it's the Lunarch Veteran, and then you hit those Rabble Rousing triggers, you gain like 10 life or something. It's enough to keep you in the game, sort of regardless of what happens. It's just those moments when they get you where you've got nothing left that makes tokens, and you've got nothing to attack to rebuild your Rabble Rousing army, and the whole game becomes about like, am I going to top deck something that will allow me to attack, you know, with my creatures to make more creatures. It has to snowball, and then if you get hit by one good, you know, path of peril or something, and all your tokens are gone, you better hope that you top deck a demon and you have enough mana for it or something. Otherwise, you're pretty screwed. But yeah, the wins are fun. Like if you get it, if you get that god curve. Selesnya. Hope it's not enchantments. Oh god, life gain. Alright. Put something down that I can use already to Rite of Oblivion. Uh-oh. Opponent? Okay. Clever, clever. It's 4 mana, that's not terrible. 1 more mana, we can use it. He's not finding anything to gain life with, which is great. Bid our time, bid our time. Next time we got enough mana to do some cool stuff. Well, a black source we could... Okay, that's a bit annoying. Okay. Fine. Okay.
Time to crash a vampire wedding. And I brought a point. Need a weapon? I got flesh.
The death touch is interesting. Oh. Okay. -2.
This time, I brought backup.
Double down. Got enough mana to use 1 Rite of Oblivion, so just making as many counters as possible. While his voice apparently isn't gaining any life. It's not going to get flying over our stuff anytime soon. God. Again, Rite of Oblivion. And our only removal spell is... Okay. Cool.
I can teach you a thing or two.
Imagine he's got Tamio safekeeping or something. Nice. Of course he had it. Of course. He's gonna let the Cathar flip. Woo. Rabble Rousing would be nice. Of course. No such luck. Okay, so then we -2. Get maximum amounts of guys off of the last wedding announcement trigger. They'll become pretty big. Let's see what happens. Wow, this is pretty insane.
Just how I showed you. You got this.
Casual 12 damage death touch coming through. Ah.
Finally, I'm home.
Let's see if he decides to give something. Yes. Oh, yes.
Show them
Please.
how we greet our enemies.
That is just bloody beautiful right there. Doesn't get much better than that, honestly. Woo. Solo 5, taking his time. Specialist. Pretty annoying. Not gonna lie.
Strike fast and strike hard.
Wow. Honestly, just don't know what to say anymore.
I can teach you a thing or two.
See what happens. There's an argument that can be made that I should have taken the Peacekeeper with the Dreadfeast Demon. Yeah, that's cool.
I guess that's that.
Shwa shwa. And that's how it's done. Alright. Very slow and boring. Didn't quite get the thing going that we wanted to get going, but a win's a win. And did get to show off some cool play lines there. Triple tax effect of the Peacekeeper is just... what a card. I like it that it's different enough from Elite Spellbinder that I'm still not completely sick and tired of playing against it. Nah. Nice 2-drop would be pretty nice, considering they're ramping. Ooh. Nope. No, that's still pretty good. And we've got mana to play out our Edgar. If we, yeah, maybe draw one more. No, no. Mono green, when they, if you don't have quite enough removal quickly enough, it's pretty quick how over it is. There we go. Now we are screwed. Pretty screwed, I think. Ooh. Now he just needs the 3-drop that gives everything trample. Kodama, man.
Innistrad undead. Oh, give up already. You're outnumbered.
Ooh, I don't think we can survive a turn though. It's too much trample. And then this can 5, 6, 7. He's 1 mana away. Oh, bugger. Ah. Yeeky. That's gonna be the game, baby. Boop, 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 boop.
Need a weapon?
Nice. Mono green is scary. When they get it right, it really needs that Coven lady that can play stuff off the top of your library. Otherwise, by the time they play the Defiler, which can be on like turn 5, often can also be on turn 4 with the ramp, then the hand is a little bit empty and you don't gas everything up like you would want to. So it's an interesting deck, but not quite as good as it used to be, I don't think. Old growth troll and all that jazz. Nah. Nip. Nibbity nip. Oh. No. Not turn 1 Delver. Nah, same thing. Oh no. Oh no. Ugh, the puke fest. I hate playing against this. And we're, you know, not a very fast deck. Oh, Impulse. Yeah, and we don't have any, you know, cheap instant speed of any kind. I don't think we'll be able to play a single one of our cards. amazing. You're telling me there's a chance? Never cast your Thirst for Discovery during your turn, mate. Now I feel safe enough to cast my things. If you'd waited till my turn and kept up that mana, I might not have, you know, had the courage to play my spell. He may have a Syncopate in hand. Spell Pierce won't do it. Did he get the Djinn finally? Okay, Terra. Also pretty annoying, but that's fine. Play something else, please. Come on, let me play my Rabble Rousing. Suboptimal mono blue. I'm afraid, my dear fellow. Alright, alright. Oops, pardon me. Come on, let's do the thing. I just want to do it once. Trust me, it works. I've done it. It's freaking epic. I want to hide away my Dreadfeast Demon under the Rabble Rousing. Boom, 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 boom. Meh. Ah, God. Probably some kind of nasty sweepers. Okay. Of course. That's gonna be the game, baby. Let's see.
When I win, you're telling me what you know about the riddle. Off you go.
Time to craft. You can't fight all of this.
Come on. Come on. That land. Oh, God. Ah. And that's it, ladies and gents. So annoying.
Just how I showed you. You got this.
Ah, you put 25 lands in the deck. And you still run into these issues. Such a pity. Slightly longer than usual. Uh-huh. These opening hands, man. I don't know. Sure. It's 3 mana. Got some things to spend it on. That I do not like to see. Okay. Okay, I'm just expecting a... what's her name? Rafine.
Violence is necessary. You fight for me now.
He wants to draw a card, which is cool.
How dare you disrespect me?
Mr. Opponent. That's okay.
Blood for knowledge. A fair trade.
Counter magic. Infernal Grasp. Okay. so fine. Ta. Not Lily.
Those who get in my way tend to regret it. I've always hated crowds.
What's one more grudge?
Cool. Okay. We have enough for both wedding announcement and Kaya. Of course. In which case I will +1.
A world of ghosts. This'll be. I can teach you a thing or two.
1, 2, 3, 7. Oh, if you +1s now. Pardon me. Not looking too groovy, is it?
You're a challenge worth my time.
Probably +1. But he may have something really good in his hand that he doesn't want to discard. So, we may get away with this. And if we draw a land, then I'll be super stoked. We can sack the creature token from the coffin to the Dreadfeast Demon. There we go. Could be a blooming
Need a weapon?
counter spell, however. No. To do farewell. And cut down. And baby. I wonder if there's a Wandering Emperor in your hand. You cheeky, cheeky bugger.
Deserve this? Oh, give up already. You're outnumbered.
Woohoo! Double. Casual. Oh, hopefully there's no sweep, but then we can actually swing next turn and win. Plus, yeah, also the 42 life doesn't hurt.
The others can deal. Fine, you. I know when I'm not. Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
Very nice. That Edgar just kind of becoming this endless machine that just keeps feeding the demons. with little tokens to sacrifice makes it really nice. How are we doing for time? Alright guys, we've arrived at the 45-minute mark. And I think that was a pretty fun episode of Serious Jank. Definitely something to this, but obviously plenty of ways that I could think of making it stronger. I think we may have just like cut these planeswalkers altogether and just leave Edgar and try put in some more removal. Maybe run our own sweepers in case we need to. Something other than just Rite of Oblivion I think would do the trick. But I really enjoyed the wedding announcement, Rabble Rousing, you know, combination of just overloading the battlefield and then eventually using all those creature tokens to make an army of demons. Just felt like a sweet idea, and I hope you all enjoyed it. That is going to be it for tonight's gameplay footage. I will be seeing you all tomorrow with another fresh brew. We're getting into, you know, serious brews now from now until Friday. So don't forget to tune in for that. What else have I got to add? That's about it. Other than, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And this is Lone Fox from the BrewLab, signing out. Peace, y'all.